Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you guys are tuning in from. Today we are here for People of Manipur series, which we have been focusing on learning more about the people of Manipur, learning who is doing what, and getting inspiration and spreading positivity. So today, as you can see in our virtual studio, a very, very familiar face we have from Manipur, Talu Devi Shubhra, who is an ambassador for change. To me, I have been so inspired by her work, also popularly for everybody known as a food entrepreneur, founder of Meira Foods. So I would be very, very surprised if people haven't heard about Meira Food. And for today, I have carried a little bit of Meira in my own kitchen. So with that, I want to give you a warm, warm welcome, Iche. I would call you lovingly Iche Kurumjari.
Karumtari. Hi, everyone. I hope you'll enjoy today's program, discussing with me, talking with me. And I love to join Finding the Voice. I have joined this group from last so many years. I've been watching all the programs. And I was looking for that when my turn will come, and today is the day. Yeah.
And it's so nice, right? Like how social media has connected us, even though we are talking today after a long time of planning, scheduling, and of course for me, I have been customer for your product, and I love that we are able to have all different kind of products from your work. But in today's show, I really want to understand, and also for our viewer to understand more about you, what it takes, right, for a person to achieve what you have accomplished in a state like Manipur, bringing change, different thinking, giving employment to so many women, which is trickling the empowerment in our society. So let's start a little bit about your childhood. And I did dig some very cute pictures of you, and we'll share that in a bit. But let's go into your childhood and what do you remember about your childhood and what has influenced from that phase.
Okay. Yeah. I thank you, Monica, once again for inviting me in the Finding the Voice. It's a very popular platform, and I've been watching this platform from last so many years, and I have watched many of your programs. Of course, when I'm not, I'm busy, then offline also I watch this, and the followers you have is so huge that I know that, that today also people will watch me, listen to me, and what I've been doing for the state. Okay, starting from my childhood, I've been born in Kesamtung Elangbam Lekai. That's an Imphal West, and name of my father is Hanjabam Gaurachandra Sharma. He retired as a director of adult education from education department. My mother is Hanjabam Ongwi Dhanapati Devi, and she is of course a homemaker. But if I've been asked that what your mother is doing, I said that she is the one who has inspired us, made us what we are today, and she sacrificed herself for the benefit of all of us and also for the family, because my father was the eldest in the family, and my grandma used to go to the market, organize the weavers, because she used to run a society for the weavers. So my mother was the only one who was looking after all my uncles, my father, all of us, the children, and also looking after the weavers who ever come to home. So she has sacrificed in the sense that she being at home, she used to look after everything. So education wise, I started my education because I think in the childhood, I was very talkative. That's why maybe one of the reasons that I've been called in my locality Talu. Talu is one which, like, my father's elder brother, my one of my uncle gave me this name, saying that I was very talkative, and like I used to follow whatever they used to say. So that was a name given by them, and that's how all my locality people started calling me Talu. And I was very like quite. I think I was loved by all of the locality people, not only our family members. So I was very popular child actually, from the very childhood. So all my locality people know me. Uh, Another thing that I studied for my I started learning the basic education from the Anganwadi. Then I went to central school. Then up to the fifth standard, I studied there. But during the period 1979-80 was a very unrest politically and socially, very unrest period of the time in the state was going through. So my father was very worried about our education. So he decided to send us to some other states, some outside of the state to study, because he didn't want like break in any of our studies. So uh, he searched for an institution where it's only the women who have been or the girls who stayed in the campus and learned the thing. So it was very far from here. It was in Rajasthan, Banastali Vidyapeeth. I think if you search of it, that Banastali is a Gandhian philosophy-based institute where we used to wear khadi only, we used to speak Hindi only, and like English I picked up very late. So English is my third language. I prefer to talk in Hindi, then Manipuri, then English is my third language. And so all my education I did in Hindi medium school. The basic the education which I received there in Banasali was like life changing thing for us. You get lots of influence. Like that you focused on basic necessity of life, and focusing on the addressing the problem of the poorest of the poor. That was one of the the education been given to us, that you should focus on serving the community. So when I came back to the state after completing my master in food and nutrition, that was in the year 1990, long back from today. It is almost 30 years back. I completed my master there. Then I was thinking that I may be serving in the government sector, because there was lots of opportunity during those period of time with the subject I have chosen, because nutrition was one of the very important subject. So I thought that I'll get an opportunity either to work in social welfare department with the ICDS project, or I may be used in the college where home science is been taught there, because nutrition being considered as one of the very important subjects. So I'll be definitely taken there. Or I may serve in some other sector where this nutrition, or as a dietitian also in hospital I'll be serving. But I also realized that that was a period of time when government has been all the employment opportunities to the youth. So I was a person who don't want to stay at home silently or without doing anything. So I always wanted to involve somewhere here and there, because from the very childhood period, as I said, that I was, like very social person. I used to be always all around, and even in my school life or in the college life, everywhere I was very much involved in all the social activity. So I requested my father to introduce me in some of the organization where I can contribute as a volunteer. So he introduced me to Citizen Volunteers Training Center. That was one of the largest NGO running during those period of time. Now, of course, it is a very closing stage. It's a very sad to say that, but during those period of 1990 period, it was a full-fledged serving the people for the upliftment of society, for the economic development, for all-round development, especially in the Imphal East 2 and Imphal West 2 areas. So I was introduced to that organization. I worked with them. Then I also had an opportunity after that, while working with that organization, I had an opportunity to get further training on working with the community, and in a participatory way. So how to involve people in planning for themselves. So it was more on the model of participatory development model. So I went to Chennai for the studies there, worked with the organization there, and had an opportunity to work with various organizations, to interact with them, to and take lots of participate in like a workshop, then training. Those was a very good opportunity for me. That's eye opening, because when you come out from the very regular like education, you are very like most of your knowledge are very bookish, but when you really come down to the the real world and started working with the community, then the situation is completely different. So that's an opportunity for you to learn to work with the people. That was the one which I studied till 1992 in Chennai. Then I had an opportunity to attend one of, again, a very intensive training in Japan, that is called AHI, Asian Health Institute, where I was trained as a community leader in the community health, and that also in the participatory way, that how we can do work with the people. So that's how my the whole set of my thought, my the line of education was changed from the thinking of working in a different sector to working with community in the NGO sector. Then from that period of time, we decided that now I will never join back to the government sector. I'll continue to work with the NGO. So till 2003, I work in NGO sector. But during those period of time, again, you had lots of exposure working with different kind of people on different issue. You in one way you become activist, in one way you also become the change maker in the society, and you wanted to do something very different that society are looking for, and they also expect something that you will be doing something very different. That was some expectation that the community has shown to you, then, and also that the people to whom you have trained, because that was the organization. Again, after CBTC, I joined another organization called DHP, Development of Human Potential, as a training coordinator there. And there it was more on the, we were training the community leader, those who are working in NGO sector or with the church or some other community organization. Even from the government sector, they came to our institute to get training on development, how to understand the development, where to address the issues. So that was the thing that was again like a very opportunity to learn thing. Another thing is that I was also taken by the NGO sector, the people, those who are working in NGO, that as a women leader and women change maker, because I was talking most of the time on that women empowerment. And during my period of working with the various organizations, I also realized that until and unless women have their own way of earning, and they are economically independent, their say is very minimal, or they're very poor in the community. Their participation will never be recognized. So that was one of the thought which came to me, and decided that I should start something so that women can start earning, and they should have that respectable place in the family, in the society. So because the government cannot provide job. Government cannot provide job to each one of us. So it's we who has to start thinking on that line, that where are the opportunities where we can give employment to ourselves, where we can train ourselves so that we can have enough earning, and we can also be helpful to the society. So that was the one. So in the 2003, I decided to leave the job which I was doing in the NGO sector. Then I decided to start an organization, organizing the people of my own locality, the youth who were educated, but they were in search of job, thinking that government will provide them a job. But I organized them, motivated them, and started talking with them. Like that. Where are those areas where you are very comfortable with? Do you have any skill with you? Do you want any kind of training so that you can employ yourself? Like those were the time when I started organizing these people, started giving lots of skill training to them, and I started talking with the government institution who are giving this kind of skill training, so that those training program can be brought to our people, and they can be trained and start their own job. So that was a period of time. Then when I was working for these people, I was also thinking that, what about myself? That how I'll be employing myself? Like, so being from nutrition background and being a person who love to cook and feed people, give good food to the people. So I decided that okay, I'll do something in the food sector, because people have tried lots of things on the handloom handicraft sector, and people of Manipur being very well known for their handloom product and handicraft product, but food is a sector which has not been recognized that well. So but the availability of raw material wise, I thought that this is a sector where you have plenty of raw material available, which has never been explored and tried out. And there's a very good opportunity for us, that if we started making something out of what we have in our state, not bringing from outside, using our own resources, and convert into something which everybody can eat, not only the people of our state, but other state also, and the world, the people of the throughout the world. So that was the thought which came to be. So again, I organized a training with this our own local people, associating with the Association of Food Scientists and Technologists, as well as the organization called now it is that time it used to call SI is having small industrial that it was a small and medium enterprises, now MSME. So that was the institute who were giving lots of training on this sector. So I tied up with them and organized a 30 days training. And on the last day of training, I announced to those passing out trainees that if you are interested to work with me, I'm going to start a food processing unit. I don't have any infrastructure, I don't have anything with me, but I have a will to start with. And whatever infrastructure I have with me in my kitchen, let's start with that. And if that works, then we can expand it. So out of those 30 participants, it was only 3 of them who showed interest on working with me, who came back to me saying that, Madam, we want to work with you. Okay, so that was a day when I decided that yeah, now I should start. Because when you think of starting an institute or starting production, you alone, how long you can do alone? You have to work with the people, and you need a worker, you need a helper, you need a person who can really associate with you. So they were my first worker for me. We joined hand, started working on, started producing, trying out new products from what is available in the state. So that's a day that in the month of 2000, in the month of January of 2004, we started Meira Foods. So I still take that 2004 is the year when I started Meira Food.
Yeah. Wow, right? So 2004 and now it's 2020, and everybody see the amount of growth,
16.
the number of products you have added, every time. And it's so amazing. So before we go into the detail, I wanted to share one of the very good picture I found of you from your school. Is this
Banastali.
from your school, right?
Yes, from my school, Banastali, Vidyapeeth. That was the bell of the hostel. When you hear this ringing of this bell, then either it is called for a food, for your lunch or dinner or breakfast, or for to go to college. You're like, this is a bell.
Yeah, and
It
then
was in a hostel, actually.
I also
Hmm.
found this very sweet
Yes,
picture.
this is yes, it's a lovely picture. All these friends, we are still connected in Facebook, social media. We have a WhatsApp group. We used to talk very often, and these are my childhood friends. We studied from sixth standard till 12. Some of them left after 12. Some of them they continued till their post graduation. We are still connected with. Yeah, some are
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Bihar. Yeah, some are from Bihar. Yeah, one friend is from Nepal, Sharmila, that Nishi, Vandana, and Nilu. They are from Bihar. Jyoti from UP. Yes, the lady at the back from UP. So we are still connected. Lovely friends. Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, like you said, right? I think our childhood, the way we are educated, the
Yes.
environment we grew up, does
Yeah.
influence what we
Right.
choose, the value system, what we have learned,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was very
So you
interesting
can,
for
yes,
me
you can
to.
observe here that I'm wearing the khadi. So we
Yeah,
were only
you
wear the
mentioned
khadi
about the
only.
khadis
Yeah,
and
yeah. We were not allowed to wear any the artificial fiber. We were only allowed to use the cotton khadi. Like,
yeah,
and we
yeah,
were very strict to that. Even the food which used to serve to us was only the vegetarian food. We were not allowed to take any of the like a non-veg food. It was only the
okay,
milk which we were taking as from the animal source. Otherwise, all vegetarian food only. But
okay.
we had a very good food during those period of
Yeah,
time. We enjoyed
yeah, very
everything.
interesting. So I think, your community, your ability or your inspiration for community spirit came from very much, in your childhood.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so let's see. I love this picture. This is in,
It's,
yeah, tell us about this
yes.
picture.
Yeah. This is in one of the pineapple field. Sorry. They are they're the supplier of pineapple to me. It's from Bunglon. Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure, take your time. Yeah, so when I saw this picture, I love it. It is in Manipur. You can see the
Yes.
ambience of the background. You can see the pineapple, and such a proud moment
Yeah.
for me to see that, wow, so much
Even
of
the local.
resources, and you
Yes.
are using that for your product, right?
Yeah. Yes. When I started with this amla, that haiku, then
Yes.
gooseberry, or then and that wild apple, and this called tamarind. There were many other fruits which were available. Pineapple was one of the fruit which I have chosen, but later on I realized that other fruits have a very like difficulty in the searching of the market, but pineapple has a ready market. People are looking for the pineapple, and as you know that Manipur has the sweetest pineapple ever produced. If you really take the fresh pineapple from anywhere of the world, you find that Manipur pineapple is the sweetest, and that's also the smaller variety, which you get in early summer. Sorry. So that was one of the influence which I got. I decided that I'll start working on it. Simultaneously, the horticulture department was also working in the line of converting all the field of Manipur into organic field, and they have chosen 5 crops. One is this pineapple, king chili, turmeric, ginger, and the black rice. So out of these 5 crops, I supposed to choose one. So out of all this, I chosen pineapple, and decided to develop product of pineapple. So
Yeah.
recently, in the last 2 years back, I have joined hand with Manipur Organic Mission. I have taken a project through them, and it was a very good support from the Department of Horticulture and Soil Conservation. And because of their guidance, because of their support, I could start this project. My project is running in the Kaching Kuraupupi Industrial State, and the supplier of pineapples is from throughout the Manipur, and this is one of the largest field where I am getting this pineapple. This is in the Churachandpur district, very close to Moirang. That's a village called Bunglon, and this is of that field. And the lady who used to look after this field passed very recently. 2 3 months back. It was in the month of March. She passed away, but the children are looking after now. Thank you. She's no more with us, but the way she started her field and she has influenced the farmer of the community is commendable, and we should appreciate that. And the pineapple from this field comes in the winter season only, not in summer. In summer, very few amount, but in winter you get more. So again, from the month of the last week of October, November, December till January, I'll be receiving the pineapple from this field.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful. Also, what I wanted to add on was I was I'm so proud to see, right, that with your product now many other people, entrepreneurs are using your product for their product, like cakes. I saw that many people are using pineapple for the cake ingredient, and it's such a proud moment for Manipur, for all the Manipuris, to see how this collaboration is enhancing not only the export but internally to be self-sufficient.
Yeah. This is, I can show you one of the product of mine of pineapple. This is jam.
Yes.
It's liked by everyone, and now I think one of the company from Dehradun is going to take this pineapple jam for the promotion there. And this is a cane in different form. This is a cube and like ring. Yeah, which can be used either in your fruit salad or for making cakes. So this is again, and this is a very new, very popular product of pineapple. I love to show this dried pineapple. This is without using any sugar. It's a direct dry, so you get the real taste of pineapple even it is dry.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't tried that. Yeah, I would
Yes,
love.
I love
That's so
to.
cool. Yeah, I have
Yes,
seen that in international market, and to see that product, the dried form still
of pineapple.
healthy, right?
Yeah.
And a good
Now,
snack too.
yeah, I'll send you very soon.
All right. So, couple more pictures I wanted to share. This again, I found it so cute. This is from the older collection, but it directed me to see how you have given employment to. Yes,
I'd
go
love to
ahead.
share something about this. This is a training going on actually. What happened is that Meira is not just a production company. We have registered ourselves. We also give training to the rural women, because we are creating a model saying that you can start a business from your home, from your kitchen. You don't need a big financial support or a very big infrastructure or machinery to start a business. Start with what you have.
Yeah.
And the cutting of fruits it's not a very big skill to learn. You have been doing it. You're like, women have been doing it. So you just have to add on that with what you can preserve your fruits you have. So this is a training which is going on in the Kaching district. In one, it's very near to my farm, because Kaching is an area where plenty of mango is available. But the variety of mango which you get in Kaching is that once it get ripe, then the worms come out. So it's not, after it is ripe, it's not consumable. So the early period of time when it is green mango, that can be converted either into the candied form. You can preserve them in the candied form, or you can convert them into a pickle or in the dried form. So the some possible products are there which can be made out of those green mangoes. So I said that you can preserve your mango by doing this, and you can earn a lot. And once your product been recognized at the national or international market, then like you see that
Yeah.
it's a life-changing thing. From the mango, which you consider that it's a waste of the product in your community, but that can be a source of income for you. So this is a training which is going on for the mango. And now mango is also one of the popular product of Meira. We have mango pickle, we have dried salty mango, then mango candy, and in the near future we'll be adding on on
Yeah.
mango. So,
So, how many women employee do you have now directly? And I know indirectly you are influencing and empowering other women too, right?
yeah.
Because, like you said, you have trainings and then they become self-sufficient, and you also collaborate with them. So, can you give a number on those?
When I started, I said that I started only with the three of them in
Yeah,
2004. And now
yeah.
I have three units. One is in Bamun Lekai, that's my first unit, where that's where I am residing now. And my second unit is in Kesamthong Elangom Lekai, my maternal home. And my third unit in Kakching. There's Kakching in Kuraupupi Industrial State, where I received this three workshed there. So I'm working there. Altogether, I have now 70 workers directly working with me. So from three, now it is 70. But we are also collaborating with the smaller unit to whom we have trained, but they are finding difficulties in searching for the market. So what we do is we outsource our product to them. We ask them to make certain products, and we just buy back from them. That's how they also survive. It's a win-win situation for both of us, that I don't have to focus on particular product, and for them also it's a ready market for them that I will be buying in bulk from them. So that's how we are doing it. So there are 10 group whom we are supporting directly now. Even Buddy is not made in our the processing center. It is made in one area where they are making buddies only. And this amla or gooseberry dried haikru akangba is again made by some of the group. One is in Haingang, and another is in Wangjing. We have this mango processing unit. One is in Takhel, another is in Kakching. So like that, there are various organizations, smaller unit whom we are supporting, and they also survive, and we are also getting the product which we require.
Yeah, definitely. And to all our listeners, thank you for your comments. Keep the comments coming in. Keep sharing. Send a lot of love and light to this beautiful woman who has empowered and given employment to so many women in Manipur. Not only that, but thinking of how we are utilizing our resources in a good way, and not only in Manipur. So let's talk about the export, like, going above and beyond Manipur.
Yeah. When I started, we were we also have to look for the market, the readily available market for us. So the ready market for us was our own local market. So instead of making in the big bottles or in a beautiful way or in a premium product, we tried to replace what we already have in our market. During those period of time in 2003-4, it was flooded with product from Myanmar, this or Morea Chapur. So it was all flooded. All each shops, plenties of packets after packets of those Myanmar products were there, and everybody was saying that it is not it's not of good quality, and we also don't know that what colors they are using, what preservative they are using, how it's been preserved. Some of the fruits were not known to us. Also, unknown fruits were also introduced to us. So instead of just blaming them that they are selling their product, if we can provide some alternatives to that, if you can produce some alternative product to replace it, then only it will slowly go off. That was one of my belief. So starting from this gooseberry, Hekru Akangba was one of the popular products during the period of time also, but it was not made by every one of us, and it was not very common product. So we started from that, then started trying out those various kind of pickles from available fruits like haitu, then chorpon, the hayai, then hainajom, the carambola, star fruit we call it, then even the mango, pineapple, then haimang. So any kind of fruits which was available in the in the market or in our land, we tried on. We tried in a very smaller packet of 1 rupee, 2 rupee, 5 rupee, 10 rupees, so that people can try out. And if they accept it, then we develop that further and pack in a better way so that you can send it out also. So that was the way we started doing it. And another thing was that the best way to introduce our product was that in exhibition, participating in exhibition, because in exhibition the customers comes and talk with them. They try to try out in front of you, and you also get the feedback directly from them that whether it is good and how they want to improve it. And so that's how we started participating in lots of exhibition, where we used to make our customer to taste our product and give the feedback to us. And we also started taking part in exhibition outside of the state, not only in the state but outside of the state, like exhibition in Guwahati, in Shillong, or in Dimapur, or in Delhi, like Lucknow, many of the places we traveled, and we exhibited our product. So that's how people started come to know about our product. But even though we said that we are selling our product, 80% of our product in the state itself, but we also know that this 80% of product are not consumed here. It is been sent to outside of the state by their parents,
or like this one I
got. Outside of the state, whoever's come to the state, either on holiday or just to visit their parents, they wanted to take back something back where they are staying. They want to carry the taste of this the state. So we are giving some choice to our customer that this is what we have created for you, those who are staying outside of the state. So this, out of the king chili, the umorok we have, the umorok you cannot keep for long. In the fresh form, it just stay for only 2 to 3 days. But when it is pickled, then you can keep for 2-3 years. It's so easy to keep. And umorok goes best with soybean, that's a hawaijar, the fermented form of soybean. So we have created a pickle of umorok with soya, the hawaijar, that soya pickle we have created. Another pickle which we have created out of this umorok was umorok with ngari, because we in habit we have been taking this umorok with ngari quite well, and we accepted its taste. So once it is converted into a pickle, then you can keep for long and you get the same taste. And you can keep for long. It's easy to carry. You don't have to prepare. You don't have to burn the ngari. You don't have to again cook the ngari. It's just ready-made. You just have to take out from the bottles, and you can have as a the side dish of whatever you are having. So it become we are making the convenient food for our the customers, and our customers are our own people. But through them, through our own people, they have introduced to their friends. Yeah. So whoever is staying very near to them, or whoever is they are sharing the food, they have learned. For example, I know some of my friends in Mumbai. They are in the film world, like film industries. So they started introducing to the Priyanka Chopra and Ajay Devgan, and they've been saying that they have introduced so many of the star, and they have accepted our food and they're liking it. They're ordering it. So it may not be directly, the orders are not coming to Meira Food, but through them, my food is going to their kitchen. So that's how I know. And that's how the people from various states, like the Maharashtra, in Mumbai, they have started opening the shops where they are keeping Northeast special products. So you will get those the product which Northeast people will love to have. So Northeast special stores has become very popular there. And now even Northeast special restaurants are also coming. Like the Chinese food are becoming popular, the Northeast food are also becoming popular. So that's how our food is also becoming the part of the movement which is going on. So the customers, it's like through this, it's going. But now when it comes to the volume game, of course, it was in the beginning period that you are looking for trying to meet the demand of the customer directly. But when you are in the expansion mode, you want to expand the product and you want to consume the raw material which is available in the state and completely convert into a value added product, then you have to look for the larger market. Then you have to develop such product which is consumed everywhere. You don't have to now only look to the people of Northeast and their choice. Now you have
Right.
to look for the taste of the people where world community will consume.
Yes.
That's how we started making the jam, we started making the juice, we started making the canned pineapple, dried pineapple, even the candied form of various foods. So
Right.
we are like developing that way, that what our other community are looking for. And we are also focusing on that the black rice product and the spice of Manipur, like the king chili, or we call it umorok, the umorok in dried form, in the powdered form, or in ginger, which is very popular here, or even the turmeric is very popular here. So we are also trying to introduce to the world market that we produce the best turmeric, or we produce the best ginger. So ginger we can give you in the possible form you are looking for, either in the paste form or in the dried form, in the flax form, whatever you want, we are ready to give. So that's how we are developing our technology as well.
Yeah, absolutely love it. And like you said, right,
Yeah.
looking beyond Manipur, looking beyond Northeast, looking at the world as the market. And I see a lot of potential in our food, in the bamboo shoot. Like when I go here in the grocery, I always stock myself with can for bamboo shoot, which you already have, right?
Yes.
Right. So for me, when I see like you producing and coming up with the global market, I'm like, wow, now I want to see this in the shelf of shops in America.
Yeah. Meira in world
Yeah,
champ. And
that's
this, of course,
awesome.
this was one of the first product which I have, the bamboo shoot pickle. But
Yeah,
now, because bamboo shoot pickle is not that popular there, so in the world market, I cannot introduce the bamboo shoot in the pickle form. But at least the
I
cane
can.
form is easier to introduce. So now
Yes,
we are making this cane bamboo.
yes, yes. And the pepper,
Yeah,
umoro,
yeah,
which they call,
yes,
it's becoming very popular actually at the global level now. I
yeah,
see a lot of chips flavored with that, salt
yes.
flavored with that, like
Mm.
little bit
Even the
because
chocolates with the flavor of ghost chili.
right, right. And you actually this is one of my last stock, and
Yes,
this is the one with
the
Nari,
same
and the
one.
way I use it as I just put a pinch of it in my kangsoi because I don't have, the other ngari. And it just
Uh-huh.
gives me a little closer to my to my
The
taste. So
home taste of
uh,
home.
yeah, so I have tasted the Hawaii jar and umorok also. And I think like the packaging is just perfect and it lasts for a very long time for customers like me, who are away. And I love it. So thank you so much for about
Of
people.
course, now I'm also getting lots of feedback on the material which I'm using for the packaging. Of course, I know that the packaging in the plastic material of this pickles is not good. It's a not good idea. But
Mhm.
carrying in a long
Yeah,
distance, there's
yes,
always a chances of breakage. Now
right.
we have this the pickle in glass also, but you cannot. It's very difficult to carry. Sometimes there is a chances of breakage. So
Yes.
in the middle, if it got break, then the whole glass splinter will go, and it's not consumable. But
Yes.
you can carry this way easily, and you can
Yes.
transfer it into the glass bottles when you reach
Right.
there. So that's
Yeah.
an opportunity we are giving. So for all my products, also I'm making it so easy to carry, the easier packets of carrying. So this is again the ginger candy form, because ginger is so hot that you cannot take directly, but in
Yes.
candied form, it's easier to consume. In any form,
Right.
you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Love it.
But I think various people know that we have this plum.
Yes.
We have the best variety of plum, which grows in two districts of our state. One is in Senapati, in the Mao area. It grows so well. Another is Ukrul, but you get it only for a very short period of time, and only for a month. But gain demand, you can create the demand actually, because it is so sweet, it is so pulpy. You can convert, you can make lots of product out of it. So I have
Mhm.
tried with the candied form, in the dried form. Then we are also trying on the juice form, then definitely in the form of jam. So now we have this mixed fruit jam. This is a mixed
Wow.
fruit jam. So my this plum is one of the part of this. So I don't
Mhm.
have to add lots of color there, because it's a
Yes.
natural color of
Of
the redness of the plum is already there. So very with a very little color adding there, you get the perfect redness of the mixed fruit jam.
Yeah. Wow. So as you're showing all your products, my mouth is watering. Also, I want to mention to you that your haiku product
Yes.
is something I love. I grew up in Churachandpur for holidays with my
Yeah.
grandmother, who used to make haiku with
Yes.
salt and haiku with sugar.
Yeah.
So both the variant, and I think you have both the variant, right? The sweetened one
Yes.
and the
Yes.
salted.
Sweet and salted. This salty haiku I used to consume when I was in school also.
Yeah, in
There used
college.
to a very old lady in our locality in Kesamthong market, if you know, we still have that market of Kesamthong, just across the bridge of Kesamthong. They used to sit a very old lady who used to sell this haiku, the dried haiku. I still
Mm-hmm.
remember. She used to with that kwajap, like the
Yeah, yeah,
cutter
yeah.
she used to have.
Mhm.
She used to just cut half of the haiku, mix with some little bit of salt and chili powder, and she used to sell fresh. But whichever left out, leftover one, she used to just dry it in sun, and so used to sell in the sun dried form. So that was like the one of the very popular product of her. And we used to take to our hostel also when I was studying in Banastali. So I still remember that, and I wanted to continue to making that.
Yes.
So my this was my one of my first product, and I still make it, and still a very popular product of Meira, the dried
Yes,
egg
yes.
roll.
And like you said, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Haiku, for
yes,
me, it is not only the product, but it's
yes,
also that emotional bonding and memory of when
yeah,
I taste your haiku. And for many of the students who are watching us, you have to buy that because you really need it when you're studying.
yeah.
When you start
Another
dozing off.
yes, another thing is that being a nutritionist, among all the fruits, if you ask that which fruit has the highest number of the vitamin C, then this is the haiku.
Yes,
Yeah, like one small haiku is equal to three orange. You can just imagine. They're like
yes,
small haiku will cost nothing, not even 5 paisa. But orange, the cost of orange has gone so high, so you have to get your daily requirement of your vitamin C, then you have to take 2 to 3 orange, which is again very expensive, and the poor family cannot afford it. But haiku is as such, it is available all over Manipur, everywhere, and it grows so easily and bear the fruits very fast. Within 3 years of your plantation, on the third year, it started like giving fruits. So it's
Right.
very easy to grow, and that's why I'm also promoting, requesting the forest department, instead of giving all those thick and other trees, why don't you give the fruit bearing trees and started planting on the roadside, so that
Mm,
every children can have those haiku
yes.
whenever they are crossing the road, like the free of cost, and it will improve their health, and it improves their immunity, improves their growth and their skin. It's very important.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I didn't know
Yeah,
about
so
the skin. So
it's
now
very
I think
important.
people will be more
Yes.
aware, like, okay, I grew and skin.
Yes. Another this product of mine, I'm trying to memorize how I have developed this product. When I was in Banastali, uh, my friend used to bring those amla ka murabba. This amla murabba is that it used to look like rasgulla, but
Yeah,
it
the big
was
one.
actually a big Indian gooseberry.
Yes.
Of course, it's a hybrid variety. We don't have those variety of amla. And but the making of the process, I have learned during my studies.
Mm.
So that was one of the skill which I've learned there. When I came back here, my Tangkhul friends was preserving this hekru juice by boiling hekru into sugar syrup. They used to boil this hekru with the sugar, a little bit of sugar in water, boil for quite long, and used to keep those juice for the future use. And those
Mm-hmm.
the fruit they used to sun dry it. But because the sugar content was not enough, it used to get like fungal growths there very
Mm-hmm.
fast. So they had to finish it very soon, very fast. So it was not easy to keep for long. But because in this murabba, because the sugar content is high, it is more than 60%, it's easier to preserve.
Mm.
So that two technology of this traditional and this making of murabba, I have combined it together. I tried in my this hekru candy in the dried form. So it's not that very syrupy or
Right.
not. And your growth of fungal is also controlled, so you
Right.
can keep it for a long period of time, and it's going very well. Still,
Yeah.
from
Love that.
2004 till to today, it is one of the most popular product among all my fruits.
Right. So yeah. So like I said, the haiku with the salt was my regular. I guess I would get it easily,
Yeah.
but the candied form was a treat for me. So I would get it only like very rarely from my book, and
Mhm.
even now I'm like, oh wow, that candied form is like a special occasion to
Yeah, it used to call hengan during those period of time.
do.
Hengan, like yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I think our grannies used to make those chorpon hengal, haibi hengal, haitup hengal. Like
Yes.
whatever the fruits they used to get,
That's
they used to boil in this. Uh, we call it chuhi. Like
mm,
that concentrate form of sugar cane juice
yeah.
to heat.
Yeah,
So
my God.
it used to come with the brownish form of the sweetened fruits.
Right, right. So how time has passed. It's already at 53 minutes, and I feel like I had thought of so many questions to
Oh.
ask you. So I'm going to shift gear a little bit. I want to bring up again another picture. So this is a picture of your team, right?
Yeah. Yes, my
So
girls.
yeah, to all the team member, thank you, thank you. What work you're doing is not only like earning the livelihood, but it is changing the way we think in our society. That's the way I look at your work, right?
Yeah.
Um, and I know you're very passionate about empowering women. You also spoke about, how when a woman is financially independent, that is one of the factor um, for you to have your voice.
Exactly.
Can you speak a little bit on that? Because I am aligned on the same page on that, and I really want our youth, particularly the women, to think about it when they are younger about this. And you, as a woman entrepreneur, you as a mother, you as a wife, you as somebody who um, have chosen to build this company up as a woman. Like, can you share a little bit on your experience on this particular topic?
See, we our social setup, we follow this patriarchal system of society, where father or the man of the family is the head of the family, and we follow and we are very much depend on them, and our mind setup is also made in such a way. We have been brought up in such with that such thought that we should obey them, we should follow them. We're not saying that we should go against it, but there are times when the man of the family is not at home, and you have to survive by alone, you have to rear your children by alone, and then as a single mother, or you decided not to get married, then what, who will support you? So having a skill with you which can support you financially, and which can improve your self-esteem as well, it's very important. So Myra is creating that confidence in them, that now you have extra skill uh, than other women in the society. You have learned those skills which other women don't have, and with that skill which you have learned here, you can earn, you can depend on. You may be working today with us, but the day you decided to leave this organization or to stop working with us, maybe because of some family reason, maybe because of some other problem at home, or you decided to shift your place, it's difficult to come to our factory to work, but at least you have a skill with you. With that you can survive. So this is what we have been telling these women, that you should learn some skill to support you. I have seen the girls who have come to us. Most of them, either like those are very high qualified, never come to us. Mostly, those either school dropouts or unable to continue the education because of their family condition, are the one, and those who know that they don't have enough money in their pocket or in their family, or their parents won't be able to buy a job for them, because today's in government sector, most of like we know, you also know, it's a open secret in our state that to to get a government job is so difficult, that you should have enough money in your hand, either to get a very higher education or to buy the job.
Yeah.
So these women are mostly from either lower middle class or in a very poor family, and now we see that their living condition has improved a lot after they join us. Improve a lot in the sense that one is they have built up confidence, and when they join us very young, they have built up their resources in such a way that when they go to some other house after marrying a person, they carry their, like, what they have collected during those period of time, like which they have earned from their own earning. It's not that somebody has supported them and done it, but it's their own earning which has built up their home, and they will be able to continue to support the family in whatever it is. So, and many of them have joined even after they got married, and they're still looking after the family from their earning. So I see a lot of confidence in them, and they also compare themselves with their friends with whom they have studied. There was a time they were thinking that, yeah, they are from this kind of family, because of that they were not able to join a government job. But now they see themselves in such a place where they don't consider themselves that, like that we are nowhere, or we are very helpless, or we are very poor, and we won't be able to come to up to their level. So they compare themselves in that way. I see like that way. I see lots of confidence in them, and I've also seen that their health condition is much improved after joining us, because now they have control in the income of what they are earning, so that they can have better food, which is also shown by the studies done by lots of in the international bodies, that when women have their own earning, their health and the health of their children's are always in the better position. And we have also seen that out of their earning, they are supporting their children education as well. So it's not the generation which is improving, but even the next generation, the generation of their children is also improved, and they are able to guide them that where to go and how to decide their future.
Right.
So
And then they see a confident mom, right? Which is like
yes,
so, so important for the next generation,
yes,
youth and children.
yeah.
So, in your own experience, right, for yourself, you know, you shared a little bit about your vision even when you were growing up, but after you got married, like how has been the support system from your family, and how have been, you have been able to achieve and grow your company, yet being, a mom, a wife, and in our society?
As I said earlier also, that before marriage also I was working. The day I finished my education, or I completed my education, coming back from Banastali, very like very quickly I've joined the organization and various capacity. So uh, working was very important for me. Earning was very important for me. I always wanted to be economically independent. I never wanted to depend on anybody else. And not only economically independent, but I also wanted to support a family. And maybe because that my being the eldest of the family, I'm the eldest daughter of my father, and we are five siblings. So I always wanted to support my family also. The same thing happened with it was till 2000 sorry, it was in 1995 I got married uh, to my husband. He's a doctor, and now he's in medical college here, uh, Jenims, Jawaharlal Nehru Institute of Medical Sciences. He's an orthopedic surgeon. uh, but during those period of time, he was just an MBBS pass. He was also a struggling person. I was also struggling. We both were struggling for our like the better future. In 95 we married. He, after 1 or 2 years of work in government sector, he decided to continue his education, and he continued. But I was earning and supporting the family. And my son was born in 97. Yes. My son was born in 97.
Okay, let me
Yes,
interrupt.
yes,
So you said he went for his further education and you were
yes,
working and you were supporting.
yes. Not only him, but being in government service, and it was all supported by government. Of course, his education was not for his education, but at least for the family, to
Right.
maintain the family. My earning was very important, and my son was our son was born 97, and he was very small when he was studying, and uh, I used to carry him wherever I used to go. Like because like my husband used to stay in a hostel, so I have to carry him. Of course, our family was very supportive, but all of them have their own responsibility, their own the work to do. So I didn't want to that give all the burden of rearing of my son to them, and I go for work. So I always wanted to carry my son wherever I go. So the first year of his life, uh, and I used to take him to my office. I used to take a helper along with me, so that while I'm working, she can look after my son, and wherever it is necessary, I used to come out to nurse him. But after second year, office didn't allow me to take him because he started moving all around, like started disturbing the office, which was not allowed. Like so, I used to keep him in the daycare, and the daycare, like in Manipur, the situation was not that very good during those period of time, and the caring of child was not at up to that mark which we were expecting. So he used to get sick very often. So I requested my father to at least look after while I'm going for work. But till second year, my mother looked him after. But later on, I realized no, it's not enough. So I was not happy, even though we were also struggling. My husband didn't he was again he was still on his education, continuing his education. He didn't completed that during those period of time, and after completing also he was posted here and there and not staying at home with us together. So it was a difficult period of us also. It's a struggling period, but once he settled and got a very permanent job, he said that why don't you leave this job, because it's a very it's a very demanding job of you. You have to travel a lot, and it will affect to our children. Tough time for me to decide whether to leave this job and stay at home, or and stay at just homemaker or as a housewife. But thinking of the child health, I decided to quit this job in 2003. And that during this period of time, he was in, I think, class second standard. He was studying in second standard, and he used to get sick very often because he's a asthmatic patient, and the environment pollution was not good to him, and taking him all these places was also not very encouraging, not favoring him. So it was very important for us to stay with him. But being very active person, always wanted to be involved somewhere here and there. I said, okay, I'll leave this, but allow me to do something at home. That he didn't say, he accepted that. He said that, yeah, you can start from home in whatever way you want, but at least for a time being, it is also important for our children that we give more time to our children, our son. We have only one son, so it's not a 2 or 3 child. So, for the benefit of my son or for the family, I decided to leave that job and started this. But there's a saying in Manipuri, "Mi se si hoina kanoda khongbanda namdagrasu khara amadi sigiba yawi adubu ahiba manadi ngamu pharaga thogla'e abdu." That example my husband always used to give me. That you are the person whom I have said that leave this job and stay at home, and I'm earning enough for 3 of us. It's enough for us. You don't have to work actually. But I'm the kind of person who will never stop of working. Always in search of new things. So you have to you have come out with some new ideas, and you have started doing it again. So that's how the Meira started. Meira was born. I'm doing it. At the beginning, we used to fight a lot because of differences of idea, and my because the work was at home, and lots of disturbance was also used to do. Lots of visitors, lots of people used to come. Our personal life was also affected. So he was not happy. And he said, why is it that you are taking so trouble? But I said, then instead of just fighting with him, I decided to run to my maternal home, and so that he wouldn't get to know that what I'm doing. So I'll be doing something very freely there. So I've shifted my second factory in my maternal home in Kasamthung Elangom Lekai, which is still on a full-fledged working there. And later on, I also decided to buy a land in Kakching, which is a little far, 45 kilometers from Imphal, so that he don't have to come there and see what I'm doing there. I'll be working with the people. But now it is a time. He also realized that I'm not a kind of person who can be stopped. Like I'm unstoppable kind of person. So now he happily accept what I have decided. And with this new project of my pineapple in the industrial state, he's very much supportive. Uh, at the beginning, it was not that supportive, of course, but now he's very supportive. But from the very beginning of my work, when the date I decided to quit my job and start a new thing, my parents was very supportive. I must recognize that because of their support, their encouragement, and the kind of like unconditional support they have extended to me. I'm today what I'm doing today. Yeah,
Yeah,
I should give
absolutely.
the full credit to them, my parents. Yeah.
Yes. So thank you, Iche, for sharing so candidly, because I think it is important. It's not like we are saying that, the partner doesn't support in the beginning, or we are not trying to downplay that. But we as a woman, we wanted to have this conversation because I want people to know beyond just looking at the success of what you have created, your willpower, right? You were paused with that situation that, okay, now what do we do? Like, I have a child and, I have to give up my career. But you gave up your career, but you saw within what you have, what else can I do? How can I innovate? How can I continue? And even with that, when your partner is like, why do you need to earn money? Like, I'm getting the money, but you are about, no, it's not about you maintaining and managing the money, but it's also about me, my identity, my will. And I love what you shared, and I hope everybody who is watching is as inspired as I am. I knew that PK had a story beyond. I'm so happy to be, that you're sharing very candidly that yes, I did not give it up, but I convinced him with your work, with your will, right? Like, it's just like for me also, finding the voices is so important. And even as a woman, even I have to I know I want to do this, but sometimes I cannot be doing it during the daytime wherein, like my family is there. So I actually get a very early morning and I do my show so that my children are they're waking up late and it's not affecting our family time. Or when I do my high achiever classes, I do it very early morning, like 6:30 in my time, so that my family time is not affected, right? So we always have a way to find, like, within whatever criteria or constraint we have to do it. And I think that's one of the biggest skill for high achiever, which I see in you. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you
Balancing.
for sharing, because I definitely want to share to all our women community on the importance of having your space, right? Um, so let me bring back the picture, because you mentioned about your gratitude about your parents. And, with that, I would like to move to our new segment of our 1001 Thagachari. As you have seen, Iche, I'm big believer in gratitude. And in our society, with the context of Manipur, I feel that we need to practice gratitude. We need to appreciate our close one, and at the level of Manipur also, um, more, because we are more critical. So with that, I'm going to move to the gratitude segment. So in your personal space, you spoke about your parents, on how unconditionally they supported you. And let me bring up, this is your, tell us a little bit about your parents.
Yes. My father, mother, love them. Uh, they are like, I don't know. Uh, there is no word actually to express my gratitude to them. But whatever I am today is because of them. One sentence which I never forget what my don't try to be uh, employee of somebody else, but try to be an employer. That has really influenced me, that I can I should not feel bad that I have never got the opportunity in government sector or a place in a good organization, but you have the potential of employing people. You can give life to people. That courage my father has always given me. And my mother, as I said, she is a symbol of sacrifice. What she don't talk much, but she has shown that the strength the women has, that the beer a woman can take, like a burden she can take on herself, and on calming down, on controlling the environment of a family. When there's a problem at family, she is the binding factor of all of us. It's not only all of like our brothers and sisters, but also among all the larger section of the family, like my uncles, my aunties, their children's, all of them love her. uh, it's again, I would like to say that today, whatever I'm doing today, whatever the smaller contribution I'm able to make today to society, is because of the education which they have given me, they have provided me, the way they have guided me, the value system which they have incarved me. And I'm grateful to them. I'm very much grateful to them. I'm the proudest daughter of them.
That is so sweet. Yeah, it's so amazing to hear, how when you spoke about, I wanted to do this. And even like you telling that, okay, I opened, in my maternal home, one of the, working space. To have that kind of nurturing effect, it's so amazing. So thank you, Thagatari, to Baba and Ima.
Bye
Your
bye. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so awesome. I love this picture. So, what about you? You have seen the interview which I had with Ellie, founder of Dweller. She has
Yeah.
nominated you at the
Yes.
level of Manipur. And I was
Yeah.
so excited to hear that, how women are inspiring each other. And that's what we need, right? When we have that moment of doubt, when I see you, and I'm always going to remember now that Kumbanda Thadarasu, ngamu para
Ngamu.
thoge, ngamu amata nati
Paragat
ngamu
hole.
dama dama para thoge.
Yeah.
So that is the kind of attitude, and I'm so happy that you were nominated. So in today's show, I would like to ask you, at the level of Manipur, who would be your nomination for gratitude?
Uh, Definitely, Chima Bimolata, who is running this Ningthibi collection. She was a very simple lady, and but with her conviction, with her belief in herself, and eager to learn new things, she has built up a big business world. And now it's not only her who is expert in this uh, improvise handloom sector of Manipur, but she has trained, educated her children, her son, her daughters in the same field where she is now. and they have become an international designer. And the they're like the handloom of Manipur is going all over the world. That popularization of Manipur handloom is, I see through her eyes. Of course, there are so many other people who are really contributing a lot in popularizing Manipur handloom, but she has shown us the way.
Hmm.
So I would like to give my gratitude to her. I've been very much inspired by her will, the way she started, and now where she is. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for your nomination.
Yeah.
And looking at the time, what I want to do is I want to quickly go over the picture and want to also bring up your website. And then we'll go into the comments from our listener today. To all our listeners, thank you for your patience. I hope you're enjoying as much as I am with the conversation. So let me bring up a couple of. So, how did you meet your husband?
Yes, a
Tell us
big
a little bit.
story.
Tell us some fun
Our
story about
courtship,
that.
yeah, before our marriage, our courtship last for almost 10 years. I was
Wow!
studying. I was studying in Banastali, and he was doing his MBBS in Dibrugarh. So different places, but you'll surprise at how we made. It was luckily uh, my husband's sister was also studying in the same institute where I used to study, and in other years it was our father-in-law, my sister-in-law's father, used to come to drop her. But that was a year when I think father-in-law was not doing well, or whatever, maybe the reason. Uh, he was guided to drop his sister to the institute, and I was there already. And he was being a very new person to the place, and he didn't know what do you call, the process of admission. So uh, I was there to help them, and I helped them in admitting the sister, as well as help him went back home, and decided that don't worry for her admission, I'll take care of everything, and even the whole procedure I'll complete it, and whatever we require it, we'll let you know. That's how without any tension he went back. We started exchanging the letters in a very simple way, just a friend. But slowly it converted into that love letters. We have numbers of letters still with us in stock. I still keep that letters, lovely sharing we had. He was in I've never studied because I've never studied in the Manipuri medium. I was very fluent in Hindi only. I used to write letter to him in Hindi, and he used to reply the letter in English. That's how we started communicating. But when we talk, we used to talk in Manipuri. In letter wise, he used to write in English. I used to write in Hindi, and we used to talk in Manipuri. That's how we started. And after he completed his education, he came back. I started working in Manipur Government Medical Service. I also came back, and I started joining the NGO sector. And it was in '95 only we decided to get married, and we married.
Yeah,
So it was almost 10
story.
years. And
Wow.
it was because of our sister-in-law we are together.
Yeah. I love hearing about your letter writing. Yeah, I think in today's time, many of the young people, I don't know whether they are writing letters. Maybe it's more essays and more electronic format. But definitely, the letter writing phase is something
Yes.
to be treasured. Okay,
We
so we
used to
saw
write
this
page of.
picture. Yeah, I love this. And there was one more. Oh, yeah. So I know I put only one picture here on your awards, but I just wanted to mention um, on, people from all over India recognizing your effort in the impact you have created. And you look so awesome, right, with the Manipuri dress going and receiving the award. And this is one of the picture with your awesome products. Um, and let's see, I did your mom and dad, and this is with your son.
Yes, my
He's
son.
all grown
My lifeline. Now, instead of following his father line, he has decided to follow my like business line. After completing his 12th standard, or while he was doing the 12th standard, his father used to influence him a lot about this medical line, that how secure the job is, like you'll enjoy this profession, you should go in this profession. But of course, he used to listen to his father. He even tried, but back of his mind, all his like that idea was going for the business only, because that has been told by one of his teacher also, that madam, your son is very much influenced by you, and he's very much interested in business. So for a year he tried to appear in the medical entrance exam, but on the last day of his exam, one single sentence he said to his father is that, Papa, Dr. Khaktana Paisa Paida Bane. Second line, he didn't say anything. His father was so quiet. And then he also realized that, okay, now like my son is not interested in going to the medical studies. I think he's more interested in business world. So we should send wherever he is interested. So he joined Amity University in Gurgaon. But the subject he's chosen is a psychology. I think he's very much interested in psychology. So he said that I want to do my graduation in psychology, but I want to continue with this, my MBA degree, so that I can join you later, or I may start my new line of business.
Yeah.
So of course, I have a very strong son who is supporting me, and we share lots of ideas together. We learn from each other a lot. A new the new way of looking to the business comes from him also, that like what we can do from whatever the business we are doing today, where we can grow, how we can expand our business, where we should look for, what is the opportunity, and all those. Even recently, when this COVID situation happened, lots of lockdowns was happening. Our business was really affected with this COVID. The idea of the home delivery service came from him. Said, Mama, why don't we start this home delivery, so that all our products will, people are still looking for our product, and but because the shops are closed or market are closed, it is not easily available to them. But if we can start a home delivery service, our product will go easily. And along with our product, we can also provide them as a service, whatever the additional product they are looking for, we can provide them. That's how we started involving the other grocery item, and fresh fruits and vegetables, fish, all those we started delivering door to door. And I'm so happy that people, those who are staying in other state or other part of the world, started ordering for their parents, to those who are staying at home here, not able to come out from their home, and they used to pay from their account to our account, and we are delivering the service to them. Like, they're also happy, and we are also happy, because we are able to serve them, and our business still going on.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love that, both you and your husband supported your son in what he wanted. And, also, as to all our listeners, right? So I grew up with that traditional concept of doctor and engineers are the career, right? So that's how I ended up being an engineer. I'm a computer science engineer by profession. Of course, I'm very grateful and thankful for my job, which gives me, money and the lifestyle which I lead. But it's nice to see how parents are opening up into, you know, supporting their child into what they want, right? So awesome. All right. So I want to bring up your website for all our listeners. This is the website Meira Food, and I know I wanted to ask, and I know we are at time, but I have to ask you, how did you come up with the name Meira?
As I said, I shared with you earlier also that I was working with the NGO sector. And when we were talking about this women empowerment process, we always wanted to involve this Meira Pibes in this process. And we had numbers and series of workshops with Meira Pibe groups. So I was very much influenced by this Meira Pibes. And of course, get involved with them also in many of their activities. I used to take them to the forum in Calcutta and Delhi, and used to translate what they really wanted to say or share to the larger world. So I was very much involved with them, and the term Myra itself, it's a synonym to me of the women empowerment, because when the girl child is born in Manipur, especially in Meitei community, we used to say the Meira Paibi Poe. Meira Paibi ang Poe. Aduna Meira Paibi ama haiba potse nupi singsi Meira Paibi haktane na adum haibi raga leirabanina lan na laudana then wrong notion da wrong way da take away tawhidana that Meira Paibi what they can do, what change they can bring to the society. To take this, the strength the women has, uh, I I took this name, the Myra, because that's a symbol of women empowerment, the strength of women, and also that shows the light to the larger, because it's a symbol. The torch shows light to the darkness. So I've taken this name, that this Myra will show a light to our community, to our people, that the food product which we are making today may bring a lot of change in near future, and we may lead. We may be just a leader at the beginning, but many can follow us.
Yes, definitely love it. Love the name. Love how you have grown from 2004 till now with so many amazing products, how you and your company is adapting to change with the example of COVID, right? Even if it is closed down now, how can we serve the customer? Adding delivery service, adding, other aspect, like even the fresh product I have seen, you adding it. So that's so awesome. And I just wanted to share the vision, empowerment, equality, health, and sustainable society. So I love what your company has put it out as the vision and mission. So to all our listeners, do check in, the website, and also the Facebook page, and let's get together and support. Right, when we
Yes,
ICHE has
yeah,
done a great initiative in bringing all this product out, and it is our responsibility to not only consume it but introduce it to people who don't know and put it in the world level market. So with that, I have so many more questions, but to be respectful of your time, definitely I would love to have you again in our show, because I know there will be always new thoughts, new progress, and particularly your backing for women empowerment and building up our society, not only women, but at the level of humanity, is
yeah,
something which I
yeah.
personally
Mm, mm.
share with you. And so I know we will be collaborating and, talking
Yes.
more.
Yeah.
But before we go into picking up the comments and sharing, is there anything you want to add or I haven't asked?
Uh, I've been influenced by this Nupi Kaithel also very much, because that has also shown me lots of the courage that what we can do, and the Kaithel has shown us the strength of collectiveness, and the available product to showcase our product there, and whatever is displayed there, it's all sold out. And we have shown to the world that what change a woman can bring in a society. So as I also mentioned in the earlier, my granny was one of the member of this Nipi Kaithel, and she used to run what do you call the Women's Society, and it was a weaver society. And another woman which who has really influenced me was my granny's younger sister, uh, to whom I also call her Granny. Both of them are no more with us now, but the way she started her business in Guwahati. If you go to Guwahati in a fancy bazaar, there used to be a shop called Pantoibi, and that shop was run by my granny's younger sister. And uneducated women who are like, of course, the life experiences are very different, but we call her illiterate. She has never gone to a very formal education, but the way she built up her the business there was commendable. So I was very much influenced by her also, and also by my granny. Another person who has really uh, supported and guided was my father-in-law, because he was from a business world. He came from Kachar district of Assam and decided to stay here in Imphal, build up his own world, own business world. And the way he started his business and how he sustained was again like learning ground for me. And top of that, my brother-in-law, I think with whom you have also had an interview, Dr. Nabakanta Sharma, my brother-in-law. uh, he has also supported me a lot. When my husband was very much against me, he was the one who used to, like always in support of me, saying that, why are you stopping her to do what she wants? Like, let her do what she wants. Like so his support was again like a strength to me during those periods of time. If like in a family like my husband family, if the person like my father-in-law, my sister-in-law, and again my brother-in-law were not there, my husband would have never allowed me to do what I'm doing today. It's because of their support, the moral support, whatever the way they supported me, I was able to do what I really wanted to do. So there are many and many things are there which I really wanted to share here, so that people will know, and they will also know that I'm so grateful to them.
Yes, definitely. Thank you for mentioning that. It is so, so, so important to recognize who nurtures you, because that helps you to achieve and go towards what your mind, what your dream is, right?
Yes.
And, even when there is pushback from your circle, from your family, when you have the other nurturing factor, that gives you like a boost to not give up,
Exactly.
right? So thank you for sharing that. And I hope your husband will not
No, he
fight
won't
with
mind.
you
Now he
today
understands. He won't mind.
after the show, but I'm sure like he will
He won't
appreciate
mind.
he will
Yeah, he knows
appreciate
that.
the
He knows
intent
that that was a
of
different situation. That was the different situation. Now situation is different. That he has recognized.
So yeah, but thank you for sharing it, because it is very important for all of us to understand what it takes to come out with success and smile and the product. And it is a lot of things going on. And today in our 98 minutes. We have covered so little, but there is a lot. And, we really want to appreciate you, your team, but not only you and your team, but the people around you who have really contributed to making you, right? So thank you.
Yeah.
So to all our listeners, so we have Bobby Saraisam watching from Wankai. Mutum Jaya Lalita gives a very cute gif. Tamfa Gupta watching from UK. How wonderful.
Wow. Yeah.
MC Awonba Naurem,
Yes,
proud of
Nitin.
you.
Yes.
Talu Devi, Vimal Krishnan,
Vimal Krishnan.
wonderful. Vimolata Wankai Milliam, always proud of you. Nikki
Nikki
says,
Chandam.
yummy
Nikki
pineapple.
Chandam. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pineapple jam.
pineapple really looks so good.
Yeah, I'm getting very good response of my pineapple jam.
Pineapple, yes. And
Yeah.
also, as you have mentioned, right, pineapple is one of the good asset for Manipur because of the flavor, unique flavor it has. Loitong Bam Ipungo Macha watching from Sega Road. Thank you. Nikki says, one Myra product which I often share with friends in Delhi is the Hekru Akangba. It is a big favorite amongst people who are not from Manipur. Yes, Hekru Akangba definitely, saved me during my student life. When I used to study very late hour, I used to put that on my table. And, to all our student listeners, I would definitely recommend you to stock that up and put it in your backpack and take it. Bobby also says start with what you have. That's great. Yeah. So sometimes, we always, some people wait for the perfect moment. Like, oh, when I do this, I'll open up. When that happens, I will open up. But with the approach of start what you have, then you grow, right? You're not like waiting for something else. So yes, I definitely love that.
I always say today is the right day.
Yes, today is the right day.
Yeah.
Rashri Ngasepam says Meira Umorok Achar, my all-time favorite. I actually got the Umorok Achar here in US and I offered it in one of our gathering with people, who are Americans here. And they didn't know the power of Umorok and they were like, wow. And it gave them the kick. And Umorok actually is picking up very much in the market here.
Yeah.
Very surprisingly, because many people are a little bit, I guess, resistant to spicy food, but I see Umorok flavored stuff are becoming very popular. Tilotama says, Ichema Shubhra is an amazing lady and one of the treasures of Manipur. Proud of you, Ichema. Yes! Manipur ki amma personality ni. Ichena states Tagatoga Waga Nganga really, like, it brings me a smile, like, how at some point when I grew up I used to be so sad when I see that the Indian media would cover only about the conflict. Edi boom mama thada bagi adugi conflict obudo do hujikti tholopa kandas as Manipur na adu tawre sing tada ka haraga ichena ka price la or mayam kuba ka khura such a shift of very, very proud.
I said, yeah. I've been sharing my experience in many of the forum.
Yes, and that's
and
so
today,
important.
recently, recently all this that exporters forum, and then university where this business educations are going, and even there's agriculture colleges. They are all inviting me to share my experience so that children and the student can get influence.
Yes.
And even there's in the business world also, those small business person or MSME sector, how they can like plan for their future business. Like they've been inviting me, and I feel proud. Of course, sometimes I said that now I'm too busy with my work, that why is it that I'm taking time? But I also take this responsibility as a social entrepreneur, that it's also very important that I share my experience so that people can learn. Because see, I don't know how long I'll be able to do. Of course, my the person with whom I'm working, my girls, my women, the staff, my there's workers of the Meira Foods will definitely take the journey of Meira further. But as a person, I have to like share the experience what I have gone through, and what is the opportunity we have in today's market. Right?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
I'll be doing it.
No, I love it, and we really need it. So I know that, when you say I'm busy, I totally get it. But also taking up taking it up as your responsibility, even though nobody has assigned it to you, saying that no,
Yeah,
we need this empowerment to be continued, right? Uh,
yeah,
One person hearing, say, even a small conversation today, it is going to create a shift, and I really believe in the power in you, in self, and you are doing a great job. All right. So Nikki asks, Iche, does your company also make champra akangba? I am a big
yeah,
lover of
exactly.
Moray
Yes,
champra
yes, I
akangba.
do. I'm
Okay,
making.
good. But ever since I got hold of Myra product, I stopped completely Moray hai. However, I still long for champra akangba, but hardly seen
No, we
that
make, we
kind of
make.
small
Yeah.
packets. Okay, so Iche is confirming she makes it, and to all the Moray product, I think we don't need Moray product when we have Myra. I
It's not
think.
only Meira. Now there are many other companies also coming up, like Poiri is one, Ngayam one, and then uh, Haijing, Haira. There's so many companies which is making very similar line of products what Meira is making today are coming up. I think you all should taste their product also, not only Meira's product, so that our local product can go a long way, like
Yes,
long
definitely.
distance. It can really travel. Yeah.
Yeah. So when our awesome, talented entrepreneur has come up with the product and they have taken up their responsibility in their hand, it is up to you, our listeners, to pick up your responsibility now in consuming the product, trying it, and promoting it at your own level. So I would like to throw that responsibility to our listeners. All right. So my Bam Bhaneshwari says, I remember when I was in Delhi, my fridge was filled with Myra Umaro pickle. And I remember once I was almost caught in the airport for taking one carton of Myra product. And luckily that my friend was in the airport authority, so they helped me as I
To
told them
take.
that my friends are ordering. Yes, I totally understand that airport fear, which is
Yeah.
why I also hesitate to take lots.
Yeah.
So I really look forward for your team to expand it so that it would be available in the global market
Uh,
segment
yeah.
where we can just order it online and.
Yeah. Now we have started doing that. Now you can order, of course, for the time being, we are using the WhatsApp or the Messenger as a means of ordering your product. And we are transferring using the services of either that India Post, the speed post system we have. And it's not very expensive, I must say, compared to the DHL and other company which they are offering. I found that even the speed post is much better, which is Indian company, and do it quite well. And recently I have sent some products to the other part of the country. It has reached very safely. That's how I
Okay.
was sharing in the Facebook also, that my happy customers, and they have received the products, and how they are showing my products that they have received, and it's so happy in this condition, in this COVID situation where they are not able to come back to home and meet their parents, but at least they have Myra to like bring those tastes to their kitchen, like through this system. Yeah, and now it is very much open. People can, yeah, our viewers can order, and we'll definitely drop you everywhere, anywhere, and
Anywhere.
of course, yeah, anywhere. It is possible now. The only thing is that in the larger way, of course, I'm looking for partners actually who can really take our product in a bulk in the larger section, so that they can look for the market for by themselves instead of we look it, because we can look in a very smaller way through our direct customers only. But if our partners can look in maybe in US or UK or in Middle East or anywhere else, we have tied up with some company, like one company in the France. They are taking my pineapple products very, very soon. So and in the UK also, some of the companies have taken my products of, but I don't know where they are taking my products and how
Yeah.
far they are going to take my products also. But I want a local partner, those who are staying there, who
Yeah.
understand the ethos of our product, so that they can take it further and they can popularize our product further, and they can also guide us that in what way we can improve our product, and it can enter to their market. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and definitely to all our listeners, right? Thinking like, how can we all work together? Because Manipur is such a small place, we have to collaborate to bring it up together.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and I know a lot of people from Manipur are stationed in every nook and corner of the world,
Exactly.
right? What
Yeah.
if you have a shop? Maybe you can think about putting, collaborating with you and putting it in their shop. And what
Mm.
if you know somebody who has a shop? So there are different ideas which we can all work together. Love it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sunita Huidrom says, I really like all your product. Um, Mayangi Oibra Subra Haise, Saikom Sures Maitina Hambirai, Mayang Nachade, Amna
Ay Maitay ni.
Kanu
Bamun hanjabam
Napabi.
ningon ni. Bamun lekay ki Chaudhary may ningon da yung panjaba hanjabam sagay ki ningon ni. Ay Maitay ni, of course, but larik to ay namapanda tamakpagi. Hindi medium institute tame habigay hindi da kitang convenient oy habigi wani da maitay ni da maitay ngangbang ngami maitay da communicate tawi ay staff singa ay na communicate tawi si maitay da khaktani ay mayang natte.
All right, Bimolata Wankaimayumna, yes, very much inspired. Yeah, look at
And
that.
she's one of my customer who takes product very regularly. We've been home delivering lots of product to her. I know her personally.
Manorama Chanu Tongbram says, inspiring. Thanks, Iche, for this amazing episode.
Thank you, Norma.
Dhanabir Tayeng Jam, Ekol Lyric Haitabagisu Kara Kalaga Manipuri Londa you Habirai.
Maitay londa aigi interview mayam ama hanasu yam tawgrabani English adi yam tuin tawde ado ngasi giti Monica ga bari sanabane English nganding dara kar ngandre adubu maitay londa interview mayam ama laigrabani ko manung hutna ISTV na manung hutna gi program ani aigi interview lawi grabani mamangda maitay londa kaktani tawriba mayam do Doordarshan ki su aigi interview laihi bani aduga adum Facebook live atay program mayam so anam bai maitay londa loinam pibani atay mayam so dum yengbiu aduda soidana urakani aina maitay londa ngangbodo aduga aina ngasi bobode stage da program mayam conduct tawraga lakbodo maitay londa English ka dum tawrakpani aduna ay maitay lon adum ngangbo ngambani.
Another time, Diana Heisening with the, if you have been watching Finding the Voices की main vision the अखोई की इधर लैरिबा मणिपुर की यामना talented ओरगा से यामना फसबा inspiring personality लैरिसी अखोई की world level की मी मयाम दा उत्पगी mission दुदा तौजबनी अतुना our choice of English is by intent because we want everybody from the world, right? When people look up Manipur, what do? They look up in Google. And I understand the intent of, love for mother language.
Tongue.
I love
Yeah.
my mother tongue, my mother language, which is why I am investing my time and my intent in finding the voices, but we also have to think about how people will consume our show, and English is the way to get into the world level. And now when they look
Exactly.
at today's show, who knows, right? Somebody
Mm.
from some other country will look and they'll be like, wow, I want to put her product in my shelf. And it may open up, and that's the way.
Yeah, we knew.
And also, like Iche had said, our local media is doing a great job, right?
Mm.
And interviewing, being presented in Meitei Lol for our viewers in Manipur. Uh, all right. So Manorama says, would love to taste dried pineapple. And Ranjana says, make your product available in Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and through Amazon, I think it was a Jiska.com who was tying up with Amazon. So instead of we directly tied up with Amazon, Jiska tied up with, and they were selling our product through Amazon. But I think in the past recent few months, they have stopped doing it. So we will be very soon joining it. But you can also directly contact us. We'll definitely send you wherever you are. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you to all our
Mm.
listeners for keeping the show engaging. If you like and are inspired with our show today, make somebody inspired too by sharing it. There is a lot of power of social media. So with that, I would end today's show. Ichi, thank you so much to you. I know we took more time. But it is so worth our time. I have been waiting, and I'm so happy that it happened today. My best wishes to you, your family, your supportive family, extended family, and your family of Myra with all the women. It's
Yes.
beyond
Yes.
just production. It's about installing self confidence. It's about self esteem. It's about your identity, and I love what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you very
With that,
much.
we'll end today's show. And tune in next week again. Every Sunday we will be featuring someone, and let's learn and talk about people of Manipur. Thank you so much, Kurumjari.
Thank you. Karum Jerry.